I had a whole other video that I was planning on doing, but then Mojang decides, let's add a rocket jump to the game. That's right, this joke that I made 3 years ago in a video was actually not a joke at all. It was a hint towards this feature. Production quality might be a bit low on this one, lads, because holy shit, I need to tell you to please keep this in the game, Mojang. Basically, in this week's snapshot, a new item was added called the Wind Charge. So you know how the Breeze throws an airball at you? Well, now you possess the power to throw them yourself. It's the same as the Breeze's Wind Charge, except it does 10% more knockback and has a way smaller radius. It's basically useless as an attack against any mob, but nobody cares about that. Let's talk about the rocket jump. If you throw it at your feet while standing on the ground, it boosts you up in the air a little bit. But you might think this is kind of weak and doesn't do that much. But if you jump and throw it at the same time, it's possible to go 9 blocks in the air from a standstill. It takes a bit of practice, but once you get it, it is so much fun. But wait, there's more. If you crouch and jump at the same time, you can actually go up 2 more blocks. And fall damage is calculated from where you got blasted, so jumping with the Wind Charge deals no fall damage if you land at the same level you started at. Speaking of no fall damage, this is a new MLG. I don't think that people know what that word means at this point. Throwing the charge right when you're about to hit the ground cancels all fall damage. People seem to care a lot about this, but I really do not care. If you know this channel, you know that I'm what some would call a TF2 fan. So obviously the first thing that came to mind was Soldier TF2. I believe that's his legal name. And it is almost exactly like the rocket jumper. You know what this means, right? Citizens of the world, I present you with the world's first vanilla Minecraft market garden. Pogo Wing works the same way as the TF2 by just holding down the button.
Oh my god, that was literally just a pogo. That was just a literally trademark pogo.
You are now Spider Minecraft because climbing walls is your new skill. It's not very consistent, but it still should be noted. You can technically sync jump, though you have to get a lot of height and it explodes if it touches you, and it's not really worth it at all. Luckily, dispensers can sync the jump for you, so just put 5 of them in a little box, put a tripwire above, and then whee! I could just about get 88 blocks of height with this method by jumping, or using this 2 dispenser method still gets a respectable 22 blocks of height if you jump at the right time. However, the more dispensers you add, the less consistent it'll be. Even with this 2 dispenser design, it still doesn't always go to the same height. Putting a half slab there though, basically does the same as a jump. The reason it's still inconsistent is because when the wind charge comes out of the dispenser, it's at a random angle. Some angles explode the charge immediately, others explode it only when it reaches the other side of the block. This completely randomizes how high you go, because you can't predict when the charges go off. If that doesn't change, then that kills any prospect of making a booster with wind charges. Another disadvantage is that you have to farm them from the breeze mob, which gives you 4 to 6 charges after being killed. Great, but breezes only spawn every 30 minutes at a trial spawners, so the rates are crazy low. 16 to 24 charges per hour per spawner. So 8 hours AFKing next to 2 spawners gets about 5 stacks of charges on average. After playing with these, I found that they were the most fun when you had infinitely many of them and could just fuck around. Maybe we shouldn't have infinitely many, but every 16 used being an entire hour of AFK time is insanity. Maybe some kind of breeze wand that can be enchanted with unbreaking, but not bending, to make it last longer. Or maybe when a breeze fires, it has a small chance of dropping the wind charge. And you know what? Transitions are for people with more time, which is definitely not us. Speaking of the Elytra, you can launch yourself in the air with the wind charge, start gliding, and then boost yourself to stay airborne. The strat is generally to get close to the ground, flick your mouse down, throw the charge, then flick back up so you don't hit the ground. Are they faster than rockets? No. God no. Are you kidding me? Rockets are still like 1,000,000 times faster. But are they more fun than rockets? I think so. I think they are. Despite all these use cases, it turns out that the most practical way of using the wind charge is inside the very chambers where you found them. The trial chambers are very vertical, and it's usually beneficial to have a 9-block jump in your pocket. It was also pretty useful in caving, where you can clear small gaps and gain elevation pretty quickly. I think that a big missed opportunity is the blast radius. I found that when hitting a zombie, the blast radius was so small that a zombie that was shoulder to shoulder did not feel anything. This kind of thing has an opportunity to be like the quick melee from Left 4 Dead 2, like a way to push back a whole horde of mobs that are right in your face. Maybe make it so that if the charge hits an enemy, it has a much higher blast radius or something. Honestly, you just have to try it for yourself. This is the most fun movement tech since the introduction of the Elytra back in 1.9. It really reminds me of when the Elytra was added. I spent a couple hours today just messing around seeing what this thing could do. Partly because I was making this video, and partly because it was just so much fun. Minecraft is really lacking in any nuanced movement mechanics, and there's probably a reason for that, but that doesn't mean that I don't absolutely love this feature. And I think that more movement would definitely be welcome in future updates. Hey, there's an actual big video on the way soon. So if you like this video, you should subscribe to see this big one that I'm cooking up. What's it about?